Hello everyone, welcome back to MKRacing. Today's video is going to be all POV footage of me driving around the K1 West Nyack track in reverse. This is the first full reveal other than shorts or posts of what it actually looks like to do my track in reverse for a K1 clinic. I'm not going to do too much commentary, mostly going to show the footage and let you guys watch that on your own. But I'll jump in every now and then to update you on my racing and anything else that you may have seen teaser clips of. I had to change carts in the beginning since my original one wouldn't turn on, but thankfully this one was working. So I'm now heading out onto the track to start session number 1 in reverse. My first few laps were a little difficult. I had a pretty good line given I was just estimating what the line should be, but it was a matter of keeping speed and not bumping through corners. My entrances were a little off, but I knew seeing them from a different perspective would help me overall. My line through the last hairpin, now the first one right after I crossed the line, isn't one that I think most people would take, but taking it like this allowed me to take a wider entry and carry more speed as opposed to taking the chicane straight and gradually turning in. Looking over the footage, I see that if I had just stayed all the way to the left, I could have had the same entry point without turning as much leading up to it, but getting to swerve like that was pretty fun. Another thing I noticed was that through turn 3, now the last hairpin before the straights, I didn't have to worry as much about how close I was to the inside wall in reverse. Going in the regular direction, I followed the inside wall, especially while exiting the corner, but in reverse, I was faster when I stayed in the middle of the track. Something to consider when I go in the original direction. My biggest challenge was definitely finding a proper entrance into this corner. that is the end of my first session, fully in reverse, and I ended with the fastest lap of 19.834. Now heading out for session 2. Halfway through, I turned around, which is what my coach told me to do, so I crossed the line to save my most recent lap, then turned around and crossed it again 14 seconds later. You may have seen my short about that. Everyone was really surprised, so it was kind of funny. End of session 2, 19.434 fastest lap. Session 3, doing half and half again, but this time my coach told me when to switch so there wasn't another 14-second incident. Nothing much to say for this session. If you're here for the commentary, you can skip forward to session 4. Ended this session with a 19.276. Okay, session 4 of 4. This time I'm going out with the marshal so he can follow me and see where I can improve. We started in reverse again. He was putting pressure on me, but my cart was faster than his, so I kept getting away. I always have fun racing marshals and faster drivers. It teaches me a lot and gives me some good defending practice. When I went racing with my friend and teammate Austin, his lines helped me get an 18.7. Link to his channel in the description. I'm fishtailing a lot because I'm focusing on defending, but I know what's causing it, so it won't happen consistently. Time to turn around. We're both starting to notice my cart's definitely faster, but it wasn't really a big deal for this. He almost catches me right here. And my clinic's complete, ending session 4 with a 19.358. That's all for the reverse track POVs. Had a super fun time doing the track in a new way and trying out some new techniques. Unfortunately, that was my coach's last day, but it was a nice way to say goodbye. Thank you all for watching, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, subscribe to MKRacing, like this video, comment any suggestions you have for my racing as well as for content, and I'll see you guys next time.
On the camera.